Yes, welcome to keeping the ball in your cooting. Keeping the balls in your cooting.
Oh, aye,
We've mixed it.
It's mixed today.
It's an orgy.
Is that the first that's ever happened?
First crossover,
Don't say it's an orgy, your dad will be doing rapid, don't he? I did, aye.
Did somebody whisper orgy in here?
You see my dad this morning?
Thought it was Jerry Adams, man.
He was like that. See me as well.
Jerry Adams.
Had the bag going off.
Oh, incredible. I just want to congratulate a few of you. Kev Condona, second in the league, brilliant season for us.
I don't know if our second.
So Jude's telling everybody, mate, second in the league.
I think we're close to second. Aye.
Andy, 20s.
20s, aye, great
Brilliant,
result last
Mate.
night.
No, I'm being serious. And Everton staying up.
Good enough.
Congratulations.
Did you get one, yeah?
I never done it. But
Record numbers at Boca.
Aye, Boca looks like it's busy.
Mate. Amazing what we're doing there, innit? But then next year's going to be an absolute explosion because we're after the summer we're getting teams for the first time in Boca history. We're going to get teams all the ages. Going to be incredible.
Magic.
Well, we're going to. Boca's dead, mate. It's a new coaching academy getting set up in Glasgow.
Wow.
That's horrendous.
Me and Stephen Craig. Curly passes, curly shots only. Curly hair.
That's sickening to see that, mate.
So what's Big Eamon Holmes, what's the story with Condora? Second. Is that a season done?
You've been vocal recently.
Aye,
cheers, mate.
Eamon Holmes.
Come on, Big Eamon, what you saying?
Listen, these are just narcissists.
What's the script? It was second or what? We need to know.
We'll find it once we get all the results in.
I thought the season was done.
Aye, season done, but you're not. It doesn't matter. There's no competitives. Is anybody else got a
He's
take
always
on?
wanting to be competitive.
What's the take on? What do you think of kids being non-competitive?
No, I think it should be competitive, but the problem is you've got is a lot of the coaches you see at the side would ruin the kids with their development. No, they would because
That's me.
Aye, you.
You're right there, mate. aye.
This is like Jimmy Hill's Sunday supplement.
So it is, remember that? Great programme.
Let's
Let's get a wee taste of the 20s last night, because what a job the two Halliday brothers have done. Very proud. First trophy of the season. How was it, mate?
It was good, mate. It was, to be fair, buzzing. Going into it, honestly, I was proper nervous.
I might try coffee.
Because I just felt it'd have been a travesty if that group didn't end with anything. Just the way we've played all season. Obviously, lost one at the last 25 games. So if we went trophyless at the end of the season, I don't think it would have been fully deserved. So
Sorry. I might try coffee. You smelled it, man.
No,
I
like
like you.
But you're still pouring
I
it.
like. Do you just drink it? Do you put
Just want a biscuit, don't you? You're desperate for a biscuit, I can tell. How's your eye, big man? We were all worried about you.
Oh, I drank it.
Put some milk in it. No, that oat milk.
Aye, struggling.
Is it bad, is it?
Aye, fucking the lights are a bit bright.
It's your birthday tomorrow, big man, innit?
No, next week.
Next week.
Andy's 11-year anniversary.
Aye, love
Bet that was a good weekend.
Oh, it was.
Bit of rolling about.
Oh, what? Aye, it was. Could see things for the first time. It was good.
That's what caused it in the first place.
I know. I was actually worried. I had to get rushed straight to the hospital for emergency surgery because of the retina detached, and they put some gas bubble in it, and I can see half obvious, but we're all good. We're all good.
Good, mate.
Anyway, 20s.
How did the game go, Andy?
to fair, East Kilbride were good, and it was 4 each, one in pens. We were 1-0 up, 2-1 up, 3-2 up, 4-3 up. They just kept coming back. But same as the Stirling Uni semi, we've scored a free kick in the 90th. Me, Robbie, and the subs are all on the pitch again, and we could see 2 minutes later. And I just thought, we need to stop doing that, man. It's 3 times we ran on the pitch.
No, didn't you? Raw motion, mate. Brilliant.
Keeper save a penalty to win it, or
No,
was
hit
it
the post. Hit the post. So both teams scored the first 4. Then their fifth, the boy hits the inside of the post, and Big Lorenzo's went up and scored the.
Oh, was it Big Lorenzo that scored them? Where did you shoot with the boys last night?
No, they went to Wonderbar though, but I didn't think it'd be a good look if I'm kicking about with 16, 17-year-olds in the town.
Everton. Wait, you watched that? Last 10 minutes I had anxiety, mate. I don't know how you felt, but fucking hell.
You were at the game?
I was there, with my boy. It wasn't enjoyable. It was brilliant, obviously, when the goal went in.
Mate, what a noise when the goal went in.
Incredible. And then you're hanging on to the end and they put 10 minutes added time.
Couldn't believe it.
10?
10, that's what it was, mate, 10 minutes.
You're like,
and
what?
Everton couldn't put a pass together, mate.
No.
Just kept kicking it back to Bournemouth.
For 100 minutes.
Patterson ended up going right centre half.
Patterson's injured, mate.
No, the game before that.
Aye, the game before it, aye. We had another game at the weekend there. So then it was, I mean, considering they're playing without a striker, Damari Gray up there is he does well enough, but he's no as physical as Calvert-Lewin. So I was fearful at the start, but got the job done, and that's all that matters. I think that Sean Dyche came out and spoke about, needing to be changed. He needs to get a striker in without doubt, 2 probably, because when Calvert-Lewin's no injured, no fit, they don't really have many other options. Ellis Sims came on.
Seen that big Ellis Sims came on?
He came on, and he's had a couple of chances, but it's been tough for him. It's been tough for him. So
Still a bit raw, isn't he?
Aye.
For Premier League football anyway.
But at least Everton are a good club, innit? You want Everton. Big round of applause as well. Friend of the show, Josh Windass. I know we make jokes about it, but if one boy does deserve it, because he looks after himself properly, fucking
He's a great
works
boy.
hard, doesn't he?
He's a great boy, and to be fair, he does love the show, listens all the time. So.
Well done, Josh. Your man's a cracker. Barry Bannon as well. Did you see Baz with the bogey after the game in the semi-final? Did you see that?
he got absolutely dog's abuse
I know.
when they lost that first game.
Still shite to be Baz can't get on roller coasters, so I don't know. I don't think you were going to mention it, which is quite poor. But your mate James, he's getting a testimonial. You went for a coffee yesterday. Your words, what you said, upset a few Celtic fans, but you think he's better than Jimmy Johnson.
I don't know how I put this here.
There's only one way of playing it, mate.
No, I wouldn't. No, listen. No. When you look at trophies, though.
There's only one way
Surely
of playing
Paul,
it.
you'll get a wee call up for the testimonial. You and him being so tight now.
That's what I was thinking. Well, it'll be good. It'll be good to see, won't it?
Imagine Si gets called
Imagine
up
I-
on doesn't it?
I messaged Jamesy though saying, do you fancy giving us a snooker with John Higgins? So that he knows, then he can ask me for the testimonial. But I've no sorted it out with John Higgins yet.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it might not go.
It'll be a proper game. It'll not be.
Well, it'll be like Martin Compston not coming on.
No, it'll be a
No,
proper
see that
game.
the A-Ones bit, or they say like listers like all come on.
No.
But surely you might. You know, you'll have a couple of ex-players like. But I think Brownie and that might play in it now.
I text teammates in the
When
year.
is it?
August.
Who they playing
Aye,
the
so no.
He knows exactly when it is. Look.
Is it
This coming
pre-season?
up during pre-season?
Aye.
No
Aye.
That'll
chance.
be a pre-season
We'll
game.
definitely
a
keep
pre-season game.
it. Definitely
But what I was thinking
treat it as a game.
about, he could be lying there because will Jamesy still be there at Celtic?
I think he's got like 2 years
No,
left,
you
no?
met him yesterday, Willie.
Oh, is there a wee inside?
No,
Where's he going?
I'm just saying, I think he will be, but I'm just saying.
It'll be
if
a
he went
proper
away,
game.
If he did
Has he not got like 2 years left? He's got
He
2 years.
signed him a deal, didn't it?
He's not going
I don't know why
anywhere.
you want him away. That's strange.
He got the Scott Bain contact, didn't he?
Oh, that's a
Third
contract
choice
you're after,
goalies,
mate.
man.
The third choice. Scott Carson got another one as
best
well.
ever.
Living the dream. Right, Grosvenor Sport, take it away. Who's wanted it?
When you go, Paul.
somebody just know done it in a while.
Well, Kev, since he's back.
It's double the odds for the new sign-ups for your first £10 bet. Sign up at gsport.com/open goal.
And also Transmit.
Transmit, aye.
Well, go on. That is a great. I love going to Transmit.
We spoke about it on the Coopman show, didn't we?
Aye.
Well, we know who we're looking forward to see. Who you're still looking forward to?
Never been, boys. Never got invited.
Not even seen the lineup, to be
No,
honest.
never been.
Tom
No.
Boyd's playing with featuring Charlie and the boys is playing
Who's
on
the
the
headliner?
Oh,
this
is he?
year?
Aye.
Who's the headliner?
Charlie and the boys with featuring Tom Boyd.
Pat Nevin.
Is your dad on the triangle?
Pat Nevin's
Loves the triangle, doesn't he?
Pat Nevin's in the tent, isn't he? He's the DJ tent. Who's the other boy?
Pat's a good
Who's
DJ.
the other boy?
Have you heard him?
No, but he's.
Your dad got lifted at Harry Styles at the weekend, didn't he? Chucking his knickers at him.
Who are we getting for the podcast for Transmit?
Speaking to the guys that are do you know, maybe LF Systems. Can you feel the
Alright.
flames upon the passion? Capaldi. Oh, it's Brooke.
So who is it we're getting for the podcast?
LF Systems featuring Brooke Combs and featuring Tom Boyd.
That's the last that did the I Can
Biggie
Boogie
song.
on it. She was brilliant, aye.
She's excellent. Have you heard her song with Jimmy Webster? The two of them collabed together.
Was she big time now?
No, she's a real deal now, aye.
Well, you duet with Transmit, you've been practicing.
I've been damn good. You were
She
in the
was
house a few weeks ago, and you heard me, weren't you? No bad,
Brilliant,
weren't
mate.
I? I need you to start slagging me again. Don't like you now, you. Got to say brilliant.
Bullies are no longer accepted, mate, as you know. Right, done United.
Wait,
Done.
it's two, we're not ready to go on to fit what you are, we?
What else you want?
I don't know.
Let's talk about your smell.
You're
Have a
choked
whiff,
up,
have-
you're choked up with the
Oh
motor,
my, I think you fell
What,
asleep in your dad's bag last night.
like his aftershave or is it just hygiene?
Mate, it's a bottle and a half aftershave, I'm not joking. So strong.
What
you
is
get
it,
mixed
Paul?
up?
What's the fragrance of choice?
What is that again? Jupe, is it?
Jupe?
No,
know
Duke,
them,
classic,
Duke,
man.
Is it? No.
Aye,
That's not
aye.
Jupe. Jupe's strong.
No, that is strong, mate.
Is that Bo?
Who'd you date the weekend, Paul?
Him and his mama boxing, wasn't it? Watching Mikey Conlon. That's what he texted me and my mama boxing.
Me and my boxing. Shadow boxing. Not real boxing. Right, boys, on the fit bunny, mate. Let me know that carry on now.
What about Mikey Conlon?
Oh, God, dude, man. I just think
Think you threw the towel in too early?
No, because do you remember
How was he? Was he on that?
Do you know what I wanted these last
He was
fights?
doing for ages.
Do you ever remember his last? He's 2 fights
Two
ago.
fights
when
ago,
the-
Leewood.
Oh my
Aye,
God.
we went 3 rows in.
Did you watch that fight, Leewood?
But
Lara?
Conlon was winning that whole fight, and then he caught at the end. And
He
it
would win that, didn't he?
Aye.
I tell you what, I did watch the worst professional boxer in the history of boxing, that Lawrence
Lawrence
Sakoli.
Sakoli,
Oh
world
my
champion.
days,
Mate, he is the
He
hugging champion of the world, isn't he?
boxer
He
the
jabs to
world
get
can
a cuddle.
watch.
He just loves cuddling, mate, doesn't he? He needs a bird.
Throws
He
a
needs a
jab to
bird.
grab him, and they just
Jab
cuddled
clinch
for
for
ages.
12
You know, he
rounds,
had big
man.
things for him. The hope for big things for
He
him.
won. He was the world champion.
Champion,
He obviously lost it against Billum Smith.
I think your
but-
box ears right off him.
Jack Cartwell, he won, didn't he?
Aye, he was good.
He's
as well.
good, chat on
Do
it.
that.
do you know what I actually
Too
like
many,
to box?
too many
O'Hara?
fights on. It was on.
I know,
BT,
like good
Sky
fights at
and
the same
DAZN.
time.
Boxing's rubbish. So four world belts. That's like four. Imagine having 4 leagues to win.
There is 4 leagues in Scotland, but
Not, but like for the same people to
4
try to win it.
SPLs.
That's crap, innit?
4 SPLs.
Four trophies.
Shite, that should be 1 belt and they'll go
There's,
for it.
aye, it's,
Aye, I would
there's
agree with
2.
Are you
Well,
gonna-
there's more than 4 because you'll get the champion, and if they're no fighting anybody, they'll make an interim champion. So they're technically are a regular champion, a super champion. It's mental, and they'll avoid each other as well.
Are you going to fight O'Hara?
I'd like to because after the
That
last.
last one, holy fuck. Do you watch it?
No, you'd
Wow.
batter O'Hara.
Slaney, you struggled a bit, eh?
Me and him were going for each other.
No, I thought you were.
I don't know, I
It's the
thought
first time
he
I
held-
saw you on edge. No,
thought he
it's
gave
the
him a
first
bit
time I've
back,
seen
though.
him like he looked a bit as if you were ready to go.
Aye, because usually you have a laugh, but he crossed the line, didn't he? It was actually got awkward, didn't it?
How would they say to you?
It was tense. It was tense.
It was tense, and then when it finished, I just went like, fuck off to it and walked out. So I'd like to box him now because it would be real.
Right, call him it.
Call him it. We'll tag him on Twitter.
We would do it in a hydro. Do you think that was,
Get it. I'd love that.
Some match.
that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
Call him it, mate. We'll tag it.
We'll do it. No, I don't want to actually. I don't like
You've
him,
just
though.
done it anyway.
No,
You
I
don't want
don't
to give him publicity.
No, I don't like to give him any. Sort
Don't
of
like him.
You should wrestle
So it's
Cundy.
bad blood.
Oh,
Real
that'd be
bad blood.
amazing. You box O'Hara, you wrestle Cundy.
No chance. Nobody's taking him
I'd
on.
rather just hear a drinking
Brazil.
competition with Brazil.
Brazil. Farting competition with
Drinking
Brazil.
competition.
Aye.
Go toe for toe, pint for pint.
That would be a good
I'd
one.
be up the road with 5.
No, I think you'd
5
do
in the
him.
morning.
Aye, probably.
You and Jordan would be a good debate.
No chance.
Oh, that would be a
No
good
chance.
Oh,
one.
you can't beat Simon
He's a
Jordan.
guy
Stay
we
in the
don't
game.
argue with, yeah.
He's too intelligent.
Too clever.
No, you would be good with him, mate.
No.
Did you hear him yesterday going about Big Sam?
No.
Oh, mate, but he's right about Big Sam.
He is, aye.
See, Roy Keane's we dig at Big Sam at the end of the thingy.
What did he say?
He says, no, it's asked if Big Sam would keep the lead. He went, Big Sam? Anyone that calls him, it says Big Sam, then he went, he wouldn't, with his ego, he wouldn't manage in the championship.
Aye.
Kane done, mate.
He's better than Pep, though.
Better than Pep, mate.
Aye.
Better than
Better than
Pep.
Pep, Klopp, Arteta, all of them.
Big Sam.
We were talking about your Everton team yesterday. Sorry, we're going to go into Scottish football because it's been an unbelievable season, actually. But we talked about your Everton team. What a standard that was.
What was your team?
Arteta, mate, was playing.
PNR. What a player he was. Baines.
Osman.
Baines.
Hibbert.
Obviously,
This time?
different ones. This time was in one of them. Jagielka. Julian
time, was that
Westcott,
centre half?
Tim Howard.
The Port
Was it Newcastle?
No.
No.
Aye,
Was
it
he-
was when
was
he
it
was
big
younger, I think.
I remember. Aye.
Who was the best out of them all?
When I was, well, Wayne Rooney was there
No,
when I first
Rooney
went
doesn't
down.
count.
Scott Gemmell used to.
Scott Gemmell was good. Scott Gemmell was good when I went down at first. Very good player. Don't know. They were all good. Gravison won a game on his own.
Would he?
Ah, he's tremendous,
I
honestly.
played against his Everton
Tremendous.
team, I'm sure I did.
Tremendous.
Was he, huh?
I
Tommy Gravison was a
Pienaar.
top
the
player.
dog? Pienaar was brilliant.
Tommy Gravison, never in the middle in the boxes, never get away. Brilliant
I'd be
technique.
happy to sit with current football players and then tell them the standard was much better back then. Like down in England.
Erwan, yeah.
Down in England.
What in
It's the same up here. Like, down in
Did your
England.
Sunderland team ever play your Everton team?
Aye, I think we did.
What was your score?
You beat us at the stadium like 1-0, and I think we. I don't know if you were there, but before you arrived, we drew with Everton last game of the season in the Premiership 1-1, I think it was. I flicked it on for
Some
Phillips.
memory.
Equalised.
remember.
We had 10 men. Don Hutch got sent off because.
No, I wasn't playing then.
No,
Didn't
because
play
Don
in
Hutch
that
got fined that day and went to Marbella for 3 nights straight after that game. And Peter Reid says, Hutch, either fine you a week's wages or you just pay the boys his drink for a full day. And he said, I'll just get the lads all a drink. And then
How much did it come to?
end of the day, I think it was like 15, 20 grand or something. And Hutch went, fucking hell, does anybody know what 15 grand is from £1 million?
Decent.
Hutch.
I thought,
Do
that's
not
all
mind
right.
it.
But it was, I thought, all the time I played football, the only team I ever wanted to play was Everton to meet Big Dunk.
When you said
And
that-
every fucking time we played Everton, Big Dunk wasn't there. Nobody had seen Kev Caban being your team?
Aye.
Kev Caban got me top. And that's my treasure.
Well, I would have been there, but then because me and Kev signed the same day.
He went to Sunderland as well,
He
Coban,
signed the
didn't
same
he?
day, aye.
Aye.
Zinedine Coban.
Zinedine Caban, great guy.
Aye, a lot of good players out throughout the years.
Right, fans forum last night. I'm sad because Andy, the Dundee United fans, one of the best on it.
He's a really nice
He's very
guy.
good. He's a lawyer.
Is he,
Aye,
aye?
he's a lawyer, mate. Aye. You
Just
can
get him
tell
up
that.
anyway.
We're going to get him up, stick him
him.
in a Dundee tap for next season. United are down. Is it going to be the same thing, goalie, striker?
I fancy them to go down all year.
No.
My days, mate. I've stuck up for them the full season, haven't I? I can't believe they went down with that squad. Do you think that's one of the best squads? When was the last time a squad as good as that on paper? Because clearly on the pitch it's no.
Hibs when they went done. Everybody said the same. Too good to go
Aye.
down.
What was the Hibs team? Cummings,
McGinn,
What was it?
McGee.
Is it that good?
They've still got a lot.
Well,
of
Levitt's a
quality,
right
aye.
good player,
No, but they've
Kev.
got some good individuals
Aye.
and maybe like
I
4
would-
or
I would
5,
agree
but in
with that,
terms
Kev.
of round about that, I don't think, if you rip in Levitt, Fletch,
McGrath.
but think
Middle
of the
end.
whole,
But I still think Middleton's
you're
really
talking
good at that.
38 league games over the course and distance. Do you think they've got that good a squad that they deserve the divine right to stay up comfortably? I don't think they had.
No, I agree with you. I think
I know
they've
you're saying
shown-
with Fletch, right, and how good Fletch is. I think he still looks sharp, still looks fit. But you're relying on somebody who's had, what is he, 36, 30, 36, 35,
35,
36.
36.
You're relying on him to be fit for 38 games a season at his age. That's tough. I don't think they're as good a squad as what you
But
think.
when you look at personnel, got better
God,
personnel
good,
than
good.
Ross County, Kilmarnock, Livingston, Motherwell,
But personnel,
Johnston.
I think, as Kev says, if you look at Fletch, Levitt, McGrath, I know Sybil's done well this season. I wouldn't say they're much better. Defensively, shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking defensively. But it's that old one, if you've got a good team and you're organised and you're all playing for each other, then it doesn't matter how good the
Personal,
other team are if they're not playing as a team. So they deserve to go down. All season, you've stuck up for them, I've stuck up for them. Everybody has said, oh, they've got a great squad, they shouldn't be down there. They deserve to go down. They've been the worst team in the league.
Yep.
So that's it, they get what they deserve.
I know this is harsh, right? But I honestly think a better goalie they stay up. I
agree,
really
mate.
do.
That
I
was
think
my-
the
that
goalie
was why
has
I
cost
tipped
them
them
that
to go
many
down.
points this year.
but why?
He's a bag of Jaggies, a
why
goalie, isn't it? It just runs
though-
through the full
I know,
team.
but
Did
even
he
though
at
they
the start of the
didn't,
season, that guy? Sorry,
Aye.
when you
Yeah.
go, Paul.
They paid money for
why
him.
didn't they sign him in
They
January?
paid money for him.
But even then, even like the fact that they gave the young boy an opportunity with 2 games, 3 games to go,
Newman.
why not give him a chance and actually let him mould it, like get a run of games? Because you know what young goalies
He
are
did
like.
play that Ross County
Aye.
game though, didn't he? And had a...
That wasn't him, no, for me. That
it was
wasn't
Charlie
him.
for
It
the
was
first?
Charlie and Ryan Edwards getting mixed up.
Aye.
No, even no, because I know Charlie. Charlie's got playing left centre back and going and covering right back.
Right back, yeah, I
That doesn't
remember it.
that doesn't happen.
Aye.
And the other goals weren't. It was defensive. So, but sometimes it's easier to take the young boy out when it looks like he's the one that's been involved in it,
Yeah.
so that they're not having to deal with that. But
And you made a great point last night about... No, about Celtic with the 4 goalies. Why you never went and try and get...
Aye.
Even the boy Connor Hazard, who played first team football for Celtic, why not go and try and get one of them on loan in
I
January?
couldn't believe that. And when Tony Watt left,
Yeah.
didn't they replace him?
Yes, I know.
I don't get that. But the goalkeeper is so important. I mean, it's demoralising. See, for guys like Fletch, if you're playing well in a game, and then they've got the pitch and a goal goes, and the goals that have been going in must just kill the team though, because they're out and nothing.
And the fact you've changed your manager 3 times, that doesn't help. Do you know what I mean? You've got rid of Jack Rose, you've got rid of Liam Fox, and then you're asking Jim Goodwin to try and keep you in the league. And I don't know, like Faddy says, that over the course of this year, the worst team goes down, and the United are the worst team.
Kelly went and got Vassell and Ross County got Brophy and Murray.
What else
in
I liked
January.
about Kelly? Do you know what else I liked about Kelly? They released a statement signing 2 or 3 players, extended deals, at the business end of the season. And at that time, you're thinking, oh, wait a minute here, they might go down. But it kind of like, it was a bit of like kind of reverse psychology in terms of like, no, we're confident of staying up here. We're giving these boys deals and that's what it is. And I thought that was a good, but listen, Dundee United, I think they'll be all right in the Championship in terms of they're well backed, they've got finance, they'll lose some players, but I think they'll come. I said last night in the fans one, they will come straight back.
They better hope they've got relegation clauses in their contracts because their wage budget is crazy.
I don't think they will have.
No, I'm here.
I think at the start of the season, everybody looked at them and thought, Dundee United in Europe, they'll be up fighting for third. And I think they would have sold that to the players that they were bringing in. I can't see them having relegation clauses.
Do you know what also sometimes happens if you play a certain amount of games that year, your money goes up?
Aye.
Yeah,
Well, I know, like, he told me himself.
Triggers an extension.
Alan Forrest got offered more money at Dundee United than he did at Hearts.
Wow. Was he on to use 500 a week?
Not sure.
See, on that then, Joe, so you think Dundee United, with the players with the big wage contracts, you think they'll try to get rid of them in the summer?
I think they'll try and get rid of.
If you're the player, are you going?
No, you're not going.
Unless you're getting paid up.
And you're not getting that money elsewhere. You might be a case of, say for example, somebody's on 150 grand a year, right? And they turn around and say, look, you're not going to get 3 grand a week somewhere else, but what we'll do is we'll give you 75 grand, go and get yourself 1,500 quid a week somewhere else. That's the only way, but it's going to cost them money one way or another to get rid of some of these boys.
Surely like a Levitt, your McGraths, Fletcher.
Levitt's no chance of staying.
No, they'll get teams that'll pay the same money they're getting to Dundee United now.
I mean, Levitt's a Welsh international, right? In saying that?
Levitt, you'd need to pay a fee as well.
Aye, you would need a team would need to pay a fee.
There's ones that they would happily let go, no because they don't want to stay for their ability, but because of the wages they're on. So it might be a case of, right, if you take his wages, you can have them. It's not going to be easy. But then do you gamble when Kelly went down? They maintained the budget to get back up the next year. Do you gamble and say, look, we'll keep the players and we'll use this squad to get back up?
But in terms of Kelly's budget won't really change for season to season much over the years anyway. So when they get down, it's probably they still would have the same kind of fan base. They would lose TV revenue with the big games they get. But Dundee United, by all accounts, am I right in saying they've got an American owner?
I think he's caked the American owner.
Aye, so he's maybe just going to have to accept that this is his fault for how he's put certain people in certain places. Maybe Tony Ashgar wasn't the right choice for sporting director, so that he's maybe looking at it thinking, well, that was my fault. I'll need to deal with the consequences of the relegation. I'll put my money in the pocket. We'll get back up and I'll try and do things a bit differently next year.
Somebody will surely send the goalie for as a mannequin or something.
River Island.
Imagine seeing a goalie standing with a Chetty shirt on. Big fuck off brown belt.
A fedora.
Last night, by the way, didn't he?
Oh, the fan was going in it.
Are you surprised that Goodwin got the job?
Your deal.
I'm not.
I think it's a good appointment in terms of.
I think he's a good manager.
Aye, I do.
I think
Three managers this season. 3 managers. So every time a manager gets a bullet, they get the blame.
And by the way, I know he got the sack for Aberdeen, but he was hardly doing a terrible job, was he? No. They were 8th in the league last year, 7th, 8th in the league last year.
It did end brutal.
It didn't end well, especially after the last game against Hibs and that run they went on. But I said it all the time, I think the hardest job for a manager's recruitment, 100%, and 8, 9, 10, 11 of the starters for Aberdeen all year has been players that Jim Goodwin signed at the start of the season. And
I think, am I right in saying it was him that agreed deals for Paul?
Aye, like your Pollock and McDonald and all that, because 4 of them came in on deadline day, didn't they? And he got sacked the day before deadline day.
Before he came in, yeah. You go along with that as well, Kev?
I know. I think, like I said last night on the fans forum, I think he did a great job at St Mirren to get the job at Aberdeen in the first place, and then up until the winter break, whatever it was for the World Cup, he had them sitting third. Would that be right? I think it was third. Mm-hmm. And then whatever happened from there to getting sacked was a month of madness.
Mate, I tell you what it was, I said it last year, conceding 2 goals in the last minute against Rangers. That was just a mental.
He looked floored, didn't he?
His interview after it was poor, no poor, but he let everything out that day. Yeah. I don't know if that was a mistake. See on the St Mirren one though, you said he was great. I'm sure there was a time at St Mirren they weren't happy with him.
Aye, but he turned it round. I said this last night. When Jim got the job at Aberdeen, St Mirren were on a great run and they were on course to finish in the top 6. He left and then they didn't win as many games when Stevie Robinson first came in. He was doing a good job at St Mirren
Do you know what's strange? Like he's probably what he was best at St Mirren was the defensive record. Since he's went to Aberdeen and done United, teams concede a hell of a lot of goals, didn't they? Is that an expectation? I maybe need to change and play a wee bit more attacking football.
Like the D United this year struggled personnel-wise, defensively. They've struggled really poor. So maybe he didn't have an opportunity to bring players in to shore up their defence a wee bit. Do you know what I mean? So, but like you say, Aberdeen, they were struggling defensively. He got. Because am I right in saying that Barry Robson got rid of the captain straight away? And then obviously Pollock, whatever, was lined up. So had Jim got Pollock in, maybe he was able to then turn the Fortress Aberdeen round. And had he had a window to D United, he would have, first thing, if I'm the manager of D United, I'm like, I need a couple of defenders. So I think you'll see next year that defensively, I think the D United will be a lot stronger than what they have been.
Now this is intriguing, this playoff. Because I've watched, I'll be honest, I don't like watching a lot of teams in Scotland because I think there's a lot of teams that play not to lose instead of win. I've watched Thistle I know you've said Queen's Park and Ayr maybe not the best place, but God, I've really enjoyed watching Thistle over these two playoffs, and I think it's going to be a cracker, a two-leg. You're up in Dingwall for it Sunday?
Yep, I'm looking forward to it, aye. I'm not looking forward to the drive, I'm looking forward to the game. They've been brilliant, 16 goals and against Queen's Park and Ayr, who at one stage both teams were looking like they could go and win the league. Yeah. They've been brilliant. Chris Doolan's done an unbelievable job. 17 games, 1 defeat. Just remarkable. And they've got a wee bit of everything. They've got a good structure. They're well organised. They're hard to break down, but they've got a real threat going forward. And it's changed this year because everybody's going on about fourth place. It's so hard to get promoted for that. Initially, you finish third and fourth, you played the Friday night, then it was Tuesday, Friday, I think, the first game, and then you had a week, and then another week. So it's not as bad as people think. And at one point in the last game of the season, Thistle were second, Ayr were fifth, Queen's Park were second, they were down to fourth. They were all chopping and changing, so the standard was always going to be the same. Inverness were the only other team that obviously nearly got in as well. I think Morton might have been able to get in as well. They were in at one point, so they're pretty close in terms of their standard. But Thistle have been the best team. I watched them towards the end of the season, thinking they're on a good run.
I really like Tiffany.
Tiffany's good.
Tiffany's a good player, isn't he?
He's got one thing in his mind, mate, to fucking go that way.
He's so direct.
Who's got the best squad out of the two of them?
Thistle, I think.
Do you think there's not a lot in it?
No, I don't think so.
But am I right in saying usually the playoffs, the team that's coming down for the SPL usually
wins it?
Usually win quite comfortably. Could it be quite comfortably?
I don't think a team that's finished fourth has went in with the momentum that Thistle are, like you said.
I went up before, like you say with the Ferry saying when it got into how the playoffs are structured. 1 defeat in 17, so that indicates that Thistle would have enjoyed being fourth, then get the 2 games, then the next 2 games. The momentum they're looking at as many games as possible. Whereas, had Thistle finished second and had to wait like Ayr did, do they lose that bit of momentum?
Well, I think because they've won it, it gives them a lift. They beat Queen's Park 4-3 and 4-0, and they beat Ayr 3-0 and 5-0.
Don't get me wrong, in the Queen's Park, having watched them that night against Dundee when they could have had the chance to actually win the league outright, I thought they were poor. And I thought Queen's Park in the playoffs against Thistle were really, really poor. And I thought, how have they been up there? Because at one point they were 7 points clear.
But they sold Simon Murray, didn't they? Simon Murray had 15 goals. They sold him in January. I think Akinyemi got 22 goals. Was the top goal scorer. So if they kept Simon Murray, they probably would have went up.
That's right.
Savoury done his cruciate before the Thistle game, didn't he? He was a massive player for them as well. On Thistle, played against Ross Docherty, mate, the best second ball player in Britain.
No,
mate, just knows where the ball. Alex Gogic had Docherty's the same, mate.
But that's Docherty. Kyle Turner's come in. Stuart Bannigan was playing before. Stevie Lawless been excellent. Big Brian Graham up front. And Aidan Fitzpatrick's come in because Bannigan's been injured, and he's been excellent. And that's, you talk about, missing key players. Harry Milne's been injured as well. He's been excellent.
He was the best player probably.
He's been excellent for them. And they've got Jack McMillan banging the goals in left, right, and centre for right back. Honestly, they've got a brilliant chance.
The ex-team, come on, get them up.
No,
ex-club.
Who, Thistle?
Are they not your ex-club?
Aye, but we didn't end well.
Do you end well with anything?
No. Actually thinking about it or no?
Do you ever end well in, do you end well in anything?
Predictions.
But I'm going Thistle.
Ross County for me.
I think Ross County just edge it.
I'm sure we
I've
had
got
it. Now
Thistle.
that you've just asked for predictions, I'm sure we had a double or quits with Kilmarnock Ross County.
We did.
What was the forfeit again, Friday?
It was in a bag full of stuff.
I think we go and get one of the hot wings because we're in box and
No.
just eat it now.
No.
Wow.
Shout, Kevin.
Get the hottest wing and eat it now.
It's got to be me. You've
I'm
got to step
still
up.
adamant that you never had the hottest wings, man. You didn't flinch after eating that thing. No, that's no hot though. That's just
That one?
abuse.
He
That
says he'll
was
take
leather,
one.
mate. That was leather that we had.
he
on
says
it.
he'll
We had
take
a
one.
leather wing. What?
Says he'll take one.
Good, right?
Don't be a hater. Just watch something and go, fair play. Instead of
didn't
going,
even
can
think
it
about
be
it,
that
man.
hot?
Think about it.
I couldn't breathe for 5 minutes.
And then after you've ate it, so you have to touch your.
Aye.
No, don't do that. Man. I'll fall off.
Rub it. You have to
Rub your
rub it on
gooch.
your...
I'll fall off.
What? Who are you going Thistle?
That's
I'll
all.
go Thistle as well. I think it's going to be hard for them, but having that momentum, I'll go Thistle.
Amazing. This is what we want to know. But no caring about the result or where you finished. Like, what happened to the fight and where were
Wow.
you? You were nowhere to be seen.
I don't even know. I honestly don't even know how it started. But look,
My arse.
seeing for the sort of clips on Sky, it looks as if it came for Lee Johnson and Stevie Naismith having a wee set too, and then it's just all kicked off for there. But
How
don't know, it's
did,
quite
how
funny,
did,
it's
how
quite
did Claire,
I know.
for the PR department, how was she right in the middle and you were running it away? I find that strange.
I know I was
And Andy was just behind her, like pointing her at that. Like, get him!
He's your high heel.
He started it. It was Lee Johnson. Get him!
I heard Lee Johnson called Nazy Gold Dust and it all kicked right out. Honestly, I don't know what happened, but Cheesy gets sent off for flicking a hat. Somebody had a hat and they flicked his hat off and gets sent off for it.
I love shit like that. Just
Aye. But I tell you what, obviously I don't know. I don't know how much like videos you've seen, but it lasted ages. Like it lasted about 5-6 minutes.
you says GMS was in the dressing room grating.
GMS was great.
Is there any need for all this on my big day? His dad went around asking for names, innit? His dad went around grassing.
He was for the police, wasn't he? For the stand. There's a fight going on at Tynecastle. Get yourself down here.
His mum had to come and pick him up, didn't he?
I love it honestly, because I know some people say it's no. I think it's brilliant.
Good.
That's probably one thing that's missing for Celtic Rangers now. You don't really see that as much.
No.
Well, you on riots?
You know,
Try and incite the
I'm
riots.
trying to say right, no, because I don't want that, but I do like that passion, and I don't see it really as much with Celtic Rangers now. I don't.
To be
I
fair,
think there's a bit with Ange and Beale now, isn't there? But the lucky comment, I think that's...
There's no real rivalries on the pitch.
to be fair, they
And
had
I'm not saying, listen, I'm no
Yeah,
fan.
you want a fight?
Hamza Yusuf's going to be condemning you tonight.
No, listen,
Ex-Celtic kid.
I'm walking.
ex-Celtic kid.
Right back to riot. Remember Lenny McCoy? That was brilliant.
The
man.
best was the Thompson, Rickson, Sutton era. That was brilliant, man.
Oh, magic, honestly. And you want it to be.
So you like seeing the managers fighting?
I loved it all.
You like
But
it?
they two managers are really fiery though, aren't they? So you can see that happening.
Oh,
Like, vocal,
definitely.
see during the game, were they vocal each other, or was it just at the end?
I think Lee Johnson pushed Nazy with like 10 minutes to go. I don't know if you said, did you see that?
Throw him under the
He went for a wee rabbit punch, didn't he?
Aye, I know, aye.
Daisy and Lee Johnson standing next to each other looks like a top of a wedding cake. See the wee cup on the top of a wedding cake?
Aye, life size.
I'm gonna send up the Rangers boxing gloves, see if Nazy wants to borrow them.
Oh, that'd
Nazy
be
would do it,
incredible.
wouldn't he?
Aye, easy, take him all day. No, I don't
See,
know.
once Lee Johnson's voice breaks, I think it'll be a proper fight.
Big man's on the walk back. His eyes fucked, he's
back.
not giving any.
He's back. So Hibs need... Who do Hibs need to win to get in Europe?
Celtic.
Celtic, which
Can you take that as a successful season that you've got in based on a team winning a cup?
You put yourself in that position, don't you?
Aye.
You give yourself that chance.
Aye, I think of course you've got to say.
it's like the Hibs
you've
fans
done
said
it.
last night that they've had a run of games where they've won 3-4, then they've lost 3-4, and then they've won 3-4. They've just the consistency levels, like maybe winning 2 or 3 and having a draw, and then a defeat. It's not been enough, and there's probably points this season where Hibs will think we probably could have finished closer to third.
They've actually had a good split as well. Like,
Aye, they have.
I'm still laughing at that Riv Island mannequin.
Imagine him in there next year.
I think if
You're
he,
flinging balls at him.
I think we were 5 points ahead of them before the split, and then they go and beat St Mirren. They batter Aberdeen at Pittodrie, to be fair, miss a penalty to win that. I think they were well beaten against Rangers, but then they win against Celtic and get a draw against us. So I think in terms of their post-split form as well, it was quite good. And I always think you've got to base it on, when it comes to managers and teams, you've got to base it on improvement. And I said the first time we played them this year, they're miles better this year than they were last year.
But will fifth be acceptable again next year for Lee Johnson? Does he need to do better than fifth?
No, I think you need to find that level of consistency. Too many times that they've got on a run of losing too many games, and I know they bounce back and go and winning runs, but there has to be consistency. I think that they have to get the recruitment right as well, because they've spent a lot of money on players that aren't starting.
Am I right saying they've got a new chief executive or director of football or
Brian
something?
McDermott, he found all the Celtic players.
Aye, Brian
He's got a job
McDermott.
at Hibs on the back yet.
Oh, the EDINBURGH. I didn't actually realise that was a red manager.
He's actually
Aye.
a good manager, mate.
By the way, I'm surprised you've no mentioned it with Hibs though. Failing to beat Hearts with 10 men for that long. That's a poor result. It really is. Because Hearts have had the bragging rights for a long time. It was time for Hibs to step up and get into third place.
Could you have done anything different in the game? Did you watch
Were
it?
Hibs dominant, Andy, in the 10-man period?
I don't think so, no. I thought they had chances, don't get me wrong. Xander makes a couple of good saves, makes like one great save in the first half, and then Hibs hit the post for a corner, and I think Xander tips another one over the bar. But I thought they sort of huffed and puffed, but quite a lot it was we sort of obviously sitting in to preserve what we've got, but there was just sort of get it wide, cross it in the box, and I thought we dealt with it quite well. So I think I don't think they tested us as much as they'd have liked to, especially with 10 men for 60 minutes. But we start very well. Like the first 20-30 minutes, honestly I'm thinking we're going to win this game comfortably. And then obviously the red card sort of changes it, and then you get the double whammy when Kevin Nisbet whips it in the bottom corner. Great finish, to be fair. But I thought we were comfortable after that.
But has he got the personnel to make kind of attacking changes? Because a lot of his attacking players are injured, but especially Boyle and McGeady. Has he got players to...
Well, two of the subs were defenders. Mikey Devlin making his debut going up front. So I think that's one thing. I don't think Hibs have got the depth that even us or Aberdeen have got. So I think that's one area that they'll try and strengthen next year, but it's no help with Martin Boyle being injured.
Boyle and McGeady.
McGeady being injured.
The depth. That's you're going to miss it. Martin Boyle especially. I know McGeady came onto a game, but for years Martin Boyle's been the boy that where maybe it is tight and he goes and gets a winner, or you're losing, he goes and gets equaliser and kind of inspires the team. So him missing's huge for them.
Celtic, your team, the Ross Tockley Paul Slane final.
We should walk out, shouldn't we?
Well, user guarding the cup on the night before. Where is it, user?
Where is that again? Oh aye. Bastard, which you told me earlier. I thought of something good to say.
You tried to team up there, didn't you?
Tried to team up perfect, I fucking failed. By the way, somebody actually tried to take this sort of world record away, saying because Spain, Germany don't have trebles to win, so that's why Celtic have the world record. It's still an incredible achievement though, isn't it?
Aye, listen, winning treble, winning the 3 trophies you've got in your domestic season is achievement in any league. Whether you have 3 trophies or not, you can't take it away for the leagues that do have it. Celtic to be top of that pile, that's a fair achievement.
Is there any chance? Inverness?
No, listen, there's always in a one-off game, anything can happen, but the way Celtic's been, I just can't see. And obviously Inverness, if Inverness were a Premier League side like they were the last time they were in a cup final, then fair enough, but they finished 5th in the Championship.
All credit to Inverness for getting there. The run they've been on's brilliant. A couple of teams that they beat on the way. Didn't they? But I can't see less than 4. I really can't.
Yeah. What will he go? Do you think he'll go a centre back, Faddy?
Aye, I think so.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Looks like
Good
it.
against Although Aberdeen sat on them, they never had much of against
it.
It
Looks like it. I think that team at the weekend was with an eye on the final. Inverness are a good team, but you can't make a case for them.
No.
Because Celtic, especially after the weekend, their wee run a poor form finish at the weekend, they were back to their best, and you just can't make a case for Inverness to. What you got to do? Go and try and sit back and absorb some pressure. What happens if you lose an
If you're a Billy Dodds, then what are you doing?
I'm getting Craig Levine in for the game.
I don't think you can. I don't think there's anything
You can't go. You can't have a go because they're not the players. They're a good team. They're brilliant end to the season. You can't
don't
go
want to
and
be embarrassed,
I'm not even saying it because it's Inverness, but I'd say it's the same if it was 80% of the SPL. It's just...
Celtic's got too many options in terms of like you sit in there. Celtic could just go down the sides, put balls at the box, and Big O might just. They've got different ways of breaking down. So you're saying sit in, they'll still find a way. You try and go at them, they'll just pick you off.
Aberdeen sat in.
Aye.
Aberdeen sat in and still conceded 5.
Could have been anything.
Greg Taylor's picking up pockets of 10 yards, taking another half turn,
sitting in
side
against
in
the
the
ball
box.
and no
Getting pressure on it.
engaging at any point. If you do that, you're getting nothing. You're getting
And what's at
absolutely
stake?
battered.
What's at stake? It's another treble. Dominant force again. The Scottish
See,
football.
that's the thing
Celtic's going to
about
be
sitting
right at
back.
it.
People say, "Oh, sit back, it's negative." You can sit in a shape
St Mirren did, didn't they?
like to press for a better area. To hit them on the break, no just sit back, get numbers behind the ball, hope they don't break the lines, and then you hit them on the break and you hope you score. You can do it where you're no conceding, you're dropping back to make sure that you're set. There isn't a lot of gaps to play through you. They're no getting beyond the last line of defence, but you need to then go and press for that position. You can't just go like Aberdeen at the weekend, right? We've got safety in numbers, and it was just we're just playing it inside them for fun. You can do it and be brave by doing it. I don't think it's negative because you can't say to Inverness, right, go and play your normal game against Celtic because you're going to get beat and you get beat heavily. But you can do it in a way that you can frustrate them and go and press and win the ball back and have options to go forward. So
have they got kind of quick players? Billy Mackay's now is like
he's not as quick. Daniel Mackay.
Doran's got a bit of pace now.
Maybe not as much. Daniel Mackay's the one with a decent bit of pace. They've got good players. They have got good players, but you can't match up against Celtic.
Got to just respect the fact that they've got there.
Yeah.
They've got there and they've gave their sons.
Listen, they'll believe they can go and do something.
Aye, but it's got to be tough.
It'd need to be the
Dodgy
absolute
needs to get
perfect.
on, doesn't he?
Oh, are they in Ireland now?
Travel to Ireland, mate.
Not they, aye.
For prep.
Mate, they're going to be fucked in Saturday.
I can see why they've done that because obviously Irish leagues are summer leagues, so going there they'll get plenty of games. And was it been a month since they finished?
Playing Charlie and the boys, isn't they? Tom Marcel. Have you ever done that? Went away before a big game?
Couple of times. Told you about
Rangers.
going to Tottenham, 21s, getting battered off of under 16s.
That's unreal, man.
When we beat Chelsea with
Tom
Bradford
Bridges
as well, they took us to. We were still in the playoffs at that point for the last 7-8 games, whatever it was, and they took us to Portugal. Massive mistake. Huge mistake.
What, just on the drink net?
But I think that's what they wanted, but we've just obviously ripped the arse right out of it because there was a curfew. First night, I think 7 or 8 of us missed the curfew. Big Gary McKenzie. So Phil Patterson got us down the next morning saying, right, what, you're jogging to training because it was a minibus to training. Oh my God, mate. It was about 10 mile. Big Gaz
Carol McHugh stick you in.
Aye, Big Gaz McKenzie, honestly. Plodding them at 3 mile an hour to training, but that was a mistake. I would, if I'm a manager, I'd never do that because you know boys are going to take advantage of it.
Yep.
You give them an inch, they're going to take the mile, aren't they?
They're going to
Oh, aye,
go
theirs
for a
is
game.
different, 100%. But that's what I say, because you're never going to get a game here.
No.
Everyone's either in the last couple of games of the season or they're done for the summer, so people aren't going to stay for friendlies. So they had to go away if they're going to get in.
Joined the Fives League.
I know, probably better.
Our league up at Townhead.
We done the same, Andy. We went second in League One, beat Leeds 3-0 away at Ellen Road. Danny Wilson comes in after the game. He's like, fucking, I think we'd been on an incredible run. He's a den brilliant. We're going to take you down to London for the week. We're going to train. We had a big game coming out on the Saturday, mate. Turned into a 5-day fucking bend in London. No, I think we won a game for the rest of the season.
That's what I mean.
If you go and do it, that wouldn't happen now.
No,
No, these days,
no
Go and do it
chance.
right then.
If you're a player like in Inverness, it's a fucking long month leading up to the game, and even though you're playing friendlies and training,
It's no ideal preparation.
you're just wanting I'm thinking fucking wee week in Magaluf in between would have been relaxed.
You could have done that though when they first finished.
Aye.
Couldn't you?
Give them a break and then brought them back.
You go
we done
on
the same,
holiday when you're
mate.
done,
Yeah, for
mate.
2 weeks.
You were
on holiday
talking
when
about
you're
Partick
done.
Thistle schedule. I would much rather Partick Thistle schedule going into a final than
defo.
Inverness's.
Aye.
But listen, like you say, it's
So that
probably
was-
not going to matter
They
anyway.
obviously
But
missed out, didn't they, in the last day. That would have been ideal for them to go and have competitive games, keep training. It's already almost an impossible task. If it's not impossible, it's made even harder by the fact they can't play the other day's training. They'll be organised, you'll be able to get a lot of shape work done and a lot of planning and preparation, but nothing beats playing games.
You've never go away for weeks?
Milk Cup.
Milk Cup.
That was brilliant there.
The Milk Cup, remember that? Oh, brilliant.
All the teams marched on Ireland.
Did you ever do Hong Kong Sevens?
Fucking amazing.
I never done that.
See the night out after it,
Don't
mate.
brilliant. Aye.
I've never seen some of the sights there.
Hong Kong's a great night out, isn't it?
You would get
See, see a different side to guys over there, don't you? See a different side to all of them.
See a different side to him, alright. By the way, the Slains, I said it last night, the Slains have been sleepless and many Celtic fans.
But that's got nothing to do with football.
No. Aye. Well, you battered me last night with the Rami, remember? Not me with that. You said,
Yeah, I never battered you.
you said something
Did I?
about that.
I said it was
You're
on-
starting to
on
get in
camera.
with the family party. I know. I've not felt this in a long, long time. Worried about Ange leaving. I really do think it was his interview, and I don't know if he's seen it on the Friday. Did you watch it, Si?
Yes,
Did you?
I watched it, mate.
Right. So when they asked him about the like the Spurs, what did they say?
He wasn't wanting to get drawn in on it, he was just concentrating on winning the treble.
Aye, you're right. But bastard.
You said it last night. He's not watched
Mate,
it.
I've not
mate.
watched it.
Have you not?
No.
But my whole thing when we were sitting round at Oz, well, fouries were all sitting round and we're praying.
Naked Twister.
No, we're all praying.
Oh,
just-
praying, I thought you said playing.
No, well, we don't. But we're all just saying, just say you're going to be the Celtic managers next year. You can still think about the cup final, but just say, I've got a contract here and I'll see it out. Say it. But he didn't. And that to me is a worrying sign.
So why do you think he's not saying it?
Well, that's what my worry is, that Spurs came calling. And it might not be he's guaranteed that he's away, but it's just almost as if he doesn't want to say he's staying and then a few weeks down the line he's away and it looks stupid on him. So I don't
That's the
know.
thing,
But he doesn't give a lot away. So that's what I would say.
I think the writing's on the wall. If it's known now, it'll be soon. It'll be at some point. He's came over from a different continent altogether to European football for the first time. Been highly successful, lovely attacking football. Brought some amazing players in from a market that nobody really knew too much about. Celtic's obviously one of the biggest teams in Scotland, so budget-wise, he's able to do that. But he'll be looking at Celtic as a stepping stone, I would imagine, and think if I can do well there, my next move's up the Premier League in England and see if I can crack that. So Tottenham is one of the top teams in England, huge club, massive potential. Is that a sleeping giant? I don't think it is. I think they've got to a couple of European finals, done well, some Champions Leagues in recent years, but no quite got over the line. They've not won a trophy for how long? So when Tottenham comes calling, that becomes a difficult decision. If it's a Leicester, obviously been relegated. If it's an Aston Villa or something, I don't think he goes. But when it's a Tottenham, I think that puts a question in your.
Seen a few people saying he might not be the type of guy that would want to work under a guy like Daniel Levy. You go along with that?
He does seem to like his own way though, doesn't he, Ange?
I don't think Ange seems to take too much of the background. I think he just goes on with what he wants to do.
I think as long as he gets
Aye.
the players that he wants to play in the style that he plays, then I don't think he'd be too bothered. And I think on your point about him no saying one way or the other, maybe because there's no offer there at this point in time. So it'd be silly to come out and reject a move to somewhere you've not been offered. So, and you want the manager to come out and say, I've got a job to do here, I'm focusing on that, whatever comes after that we'll deal with it. Instead of putting, I know that it keeps the questions coming, but if you've not got a job to knock back, how can you knock it back?
No, but I'm just meaning no knock a job, but just say I'm going to be the Celtic manager.
He could say that, but you never know in football. You never know.
He might want a chance to just speak to them as well, and if he comes and says no, I don't want it, then Tottenham might he might want a chance to sit down and speak to Tottenham and see what they've got.
But you're not going to say too much a week before your team's in a final to win a treble. You're not going to say too much, and we all know how football works in terms of when you want to move somewhere or you're going somewhere. Noises get made behind the scenes, so I would no doubt somebody's asked a question somewhere. Would he be interested? And words have got back, and maybe said aye, maybe said no. But he's not going to publicly come out and say it until the time's right to say it. But listen, this is going to happen. It's the same way the other guy at Rangers. If Michael Beale turns up next year for Rangers and produces a treble or a double or whatever it is, teams are going to be sniffing about him because he had a fairly successful time at QPR in the Championship. It's just what the nature of the beast. I think Scottish football's maybe possibly getting a wee bit of credit now for managers being successful up here, and I think rightly so, because winning trebles isn't easy.
But do you think the league, I'm no disrespecting the league at all, but maybe playing like Ross County 4 times a season, Motherwell, the gap is really, really big. Whether it's doing the Premier League, every game's going to be...
Motherwell got a draw the last time they played.
I just mean the gap is massive.
Spurs fans didn't seem too keen on it, do they?
But he was still.
Listen, we're no great in this country at talking your game up. A lot of people talk about how shite it is, like Slaney's just done there. But definitely outside in England, they have no respect for Scottish football. None at all. They don't
Would
care.
that put a club off though, with the reaction with the fans? I Tottenham, if they looked at what the fans' reaction on him being like?
No, because you can see why big clubs are looking at him, because he's got a style. It's like, I know he's old in terms of management, but it's a modern way. Have a style of play, commit to that, and you get rewards for it. He's done it. He's done it at international level, getting Australia to the World Cup. He's won the Asia Cup with Australia, won the league, and alright, people look at the standard, Australia, Japan, but he's won with that style. It works, it's proven to work. So it's no surprise to me that people look at it and say, I want that style at my club. That guy can deliver it, and by the way, he can deliver it quick as well. So I think there's definitely people look down at the Scottish game. Used to stuff with Jamie Harry. He's got no respect for it at all, has he? So
well, that's what I mean. Tottenham fans can talk about the names of managers they've had in the past anyway. Jose Mourinho's, Antonio Conte, Espirito Santo, none of them won it.
No.
So there's no guaranteed success at any club, no matter who the name is. Like even Celtic fans, when Ange first came in, there was still question marks there. It was an unheard name. He's came for obviously Australia, and look how successful he's been now. So
there's this big thing in England when the top teams want a manager, they feel they need to go and get the name.
Look at De Zerbi, thought he was that name.
I know, but that's what my point is.
He had a style.
He was in there, but Chelsea then have got rid of what they've got rid of. They've now went for the name Pochettino. Well, what did Pochettino win at Tottenham and whatever? What's he going to bring to Chelsea?
He'll bring a style though.
He'll bring a style,
he had
but
that at Tottenham.
Ange will bring a style.
I agree with you. I think maybe the De Zerbi one's a great point. Maybe they're looking saying to go and get De Zerbi would be 15, 20 million. Can they find the next one?
Yeah.
And bypass that, bringing guys in to let them see how they do in the league and just go for somebody because that's exactly, the style they want to play or whatever. So it's no great for Celtic fans because they don't want him to leave. It's great for Scottish football that Tottenham are looking at potentially taking a manager straight in where they're not having to go and prove themselves at a smaller club, because if they go there, they maybe miss out on them or it maybe doesn't work. There might be reasons for that not happening, and then they're kind of written off straight away. But it's great for the game that he's been linked to it. But at the minute, it is only speculation.
Will he be here next year? Yes or no?
I think if Tottenham do come in officially, I think it'd be hard for him to turn it down.
I would agree with that.
So
I think if Tottenham make an official approach, I think it's very difficult for. Put yourself in Ange's boots on. Sorry, you've just won a treble. You've won same last year. Well, not the same last year, but double last year. What else are achieved? I know people keep saying he'll want to do well in Europe.
Realistically,
but what I would be looking at thinking, I know I would like to do Celtic in Europe, but Celtic's got a ceiling in Europe in terms of the ceiling probably would be getting at the group. Whereas see with Tottenham, I know they've not got European football in terms of like the Champions League, but I'm thinking if I get into Tottenham and turn the fortunes of Tottenham round and we do qualify for Champions League next year, I'm then well equipped to get into Champions League with an actual chance of progressing to semi-finals, finals. You've got to. I'm looking at the bigger challenge rather than just the Like
they want to win. They want to win trophies.
Of course
they want to win leagues. They want to compete. No, obviously it's difficult because you've got Man City who are just sensational. Liverpool get stronger. Man United will be stronger next year. Newcastle,
Chelsea will.
Chelsea.
Brighton will get
you would
stronger.
imagine. Brighton, Aston Villa. So there is a lot of teams that can be competitive, that can go and win trophies. But that's what Tottenham had. Mourinho, Conte, winners because they wanted to win. It's no a case of, I know people look at it, Conte absolutely battered them to say, you just want Champions League, you just want to be doing the same every year. But the demand is that the fans want to see them winning a trophy.
See Mourinho talking about Daniel Levy as well
Brilliant.
last week. Mourinho talking about Daniel
Hey,
Levy
Mr.
last week.
Levy's club he called it.
Aye.
Brilliant, isn't he?
Tottenham's
He's
next
a-
managerial appointment's probably one of the most important in their time. I would say.
Especially if they lost
Lampard,
Kane.
Get Lampard.
Your first job as soon as you get it. That's Harry
Kane's
Kane
gone.
gone.
I know.
Right, does he achieve legendary status if he wins the treble?
Best ever.
What, based on like where they were when he first came in?
Aye.
Yeah.
Best ever.
What he's done in the short
manager?
He's not the
Best
best
Celtic
ever,
manager
but
ever.
he's-
Jamesy Forrest, best winger ever.
right,
And
we're
best
gonna need to-
manager ever.
But you know, I remember the podcast we done. It was when Eddie Howe was talking, him coming to Celtic, and I remember us all thinking, was that this could take a fucking good time
A long
for
time for Celtic to turn that around.
Yeah, yeah.
Aye.
get up with Rangers again. I know it was Celtic were dominant and up until that sort of 10 in a row they went for, but
Even he started as well, mate. And just start.
and with the squad, I mean, you were looking at that squad, all your sort of better players were out of contract, they were leaving or they were gone, they didn't want to be there anymore. And you think, how's he going to come in here and get that, a brand new squad in, and to do that and get them playing the way they did so quickly has been incredible. And what a job he's done.
Everything about him's been.
The way he's
Yeah,
conducted
the way he
himself in the
conducted
media,
himself,
the way
he
he's conducted himself speaking, I just think
The fact he's won in the style that he's done it, he'll be a legend at Celtic. Absolutely no
he's
doubt
come in
about
with a
it.
style, got the players to fit that style, and got them playing the way he wants to play, and it's been a joy for the Celtic fans to watch. And even if you're not a Celtic fan, when you go there, you can't be helped but not be impressed by what you're seeing.
Again, it's all hearsay, right? But see if he does get a job, do you think he takes anyone for Celtic?
I don't know.
Kyogo.
I think Kyogo could score
and
goals.
Tati.
Tati could
Carter
play.
Vickers back to Spurs.
Carter Vickers potentially could easy.
Carter Vickers is better than Spurs.
Aye.
Came back free,
Better than Dyer.
Romero, Dyer.
Definitely.
Cal McGregor.
Tell you what,
I don't think he'd take Cal McGregor on his age, too. I think 5 years younger.
Maybe a
But then you look at the budget Spurs would have, they can go and get so many.
but then you look at, I know you're saying Cal McGregor, I think he probably could play in the Premier League ball. Look at what age was Barry Ferguson? He went into the Premier League with Blackburn.
He was
Fucking
young,
strolled
but
it.
he came back.
Was he younger?
He Birmingham when he was older.
Birmingham older when he
Aye.
got on Dunmill,
30,
didn't he?
31.
He signs me down, mate, wherever he goes. He gets to Real Madrid job or more, he signs me down, mate. Plays in fucking predictions. You'll need to take the stickers down that you've been putting up about the song get as well, huh?
Fucking hard getting him up enough. Honestly, sizer. I think 6-0 Celtic.
Over 4.5.
That'll be a comfortable win for
5,
Celtic.
5.
5.
Over 4 goals, definitely.
They're not even the type of team as well that when they do go free, they keep the ball and that, they just keep fucking
Aye.
going, don't they?
Did you see the Hamburg fans running on the pitch? That's amazing, isn't it?
Incredible.
That was like yours last night.
Don't like these pitch invasions, though, after.
The
After
Everton one
wins
was a
and-
bit.
Aye.
No.
Did you hear the Leeds? The Leeds fans singing when they were, some of them, the players are coming, get the fuck off that bitch.
They were hammering them.
Whoa,
Big
bit of
Sam
a
was just
tune,
doing
that,
that, cheerleading. Good.
Fucking right, it was out of tune, but
One more podcast after the cup final, lads, and then that's us.
It's not for me.
Where are you off to,
I'm
mate?
finito today.
where are you off to Dubai?
Are you getting a haircut for
He
it?
tells you every week.
Times I've told you, aye.
Right, he's away to
Sake, man.
Palma Nova.
Are you getting a haircut
It's
for
no
it?
Santa Ponza I'm going to anyway, that's for sure.
Well, what, no,
He doesn't tell you,
Aye,
he's
tomorrow.
just gone to Mallorca, he's not telling
He's
you.
gone to the what is it, the Ibrox bar in
No,
Benidorm.
no, that's Tenerife.
what are you getting done? What, come on, what, is this the first haircut since you've got it done?
Yeah, proper.
How's it looking
aye.
What are you
at
asking for?
Rough.
It's like a young Pablo Escobar, isn't it?
This is first thing in the morning, this. No, first haircut tomorrow.
Reminds me I need to
I'll
take a
send you a
dump for a
picture.
lot when I get home.
Right, wash your carpet.
Take that bus couch up to the dump. Yeah, what you going to ask for? You get a skin fade?
Aye,
No,
mate,
no,
mate.
still,
come
still,
on, mate,
Still
skin
keep it
fade
about
that.
length in it.
Get it shorter at sides, it looks better.
Aye, hand in hand
telling
to the
you.
thickness of the top.
Huh?
Yeah, this is
Wait,
a man experience here.
Aye, I need to go back.
No,
I need to go
still
back
keep a bit of length in it, mate. I've waited 8 years to have length in it. I'm not going to cut it off straight
No,
away.
the sides.
Still
Shorten the sides, it'll look better.
short, like,
Aye, get them top
right at the
down.
bottom.
I need it on the side.
I ain't gonna go with the mullet, mate. Aye. Aye.
Aye, get them also,
Get
aye.
one of them with it. Get one of his. What do you ask
Yeah,
for?
definitely.
What is that?
What do you ask for?
Dale Winton in it. Takes a picture of Dale Winton into hairdressers. Gotta make it look like that, mate.
He's a deal with him.
And stick his arse there as well. Shave his arse while you're at it.
Tell you, have you watched me, myself and
His
Irene yet?
arse.
Turn the Gary Neville to the bottom.
Have you seen me, myself and Irene yet?
Thank. Yes,
What's that
exactly.
film that is?
You know, watch it when he frosts it.
He gets his
Is it Hank?
When his arse is taking a pounding when he's been on the bike. My chin's taking a pounding. What was I going to say to you? Mackay Stevens last day, we need to give him
Ah,
a tribute.
mate.
What a guy.
Devastating, man. One of my favourite ever
got
teammates,
clapped on the
honestly.
pitch, didn't he?
Did I?
Why is he one of your favourite ever teammates?
Just a great guy, mate, honestly. Great guy. And like, obviously we banter him on here, but we banter him every day and he just laughs it off, takes it, gives it back. Just great guy. And he'll be an asset to anyone that signs him. But he'll be in it pre-season still. I think Hearts have still offered him to come in at pre-season, get himself back fit, because he's still struggling a wee bit with his foot. So
Did he give a speech? Did he say anything?
no, we asked him, but
Cheesy peeps, man.
he wouldn't give us one.
Highlight of the season? Derek Ferguson, innit?
Oh, he's fucking. Mate, who knows where he is? Carol just keeps messing me. He's fit, he's behaving, that's how she writes. So he's alive and well. But what a hero, mate.
Well, he's been highlight of the season.
It's ever since Lewis has done really well in Bologna,
Nah.
he's kind of like went, I don't know what's happened to him. But
I said that
chilled
last
out,
night
innit?
too, the fact that he's over there while Lewis is still, he could fuck Lewis's season, mate. He could fuck his career.
just
And he's living well.
I just hope that somebody just to come in for Lewis and Derek gets involved in negotiations. If it ends up like the Aberdeen-Watford scenario.
He is the best ever, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
I love that guy, man.
Same here. What about you? Highlights of the season?
Highlights of the season.
Look at Mr. Sexy.
highlights.
Stick him on again.
Highlights of the season.
Stick him on again, Kev. Come on. Let's see them. Big Eamon Holmes. Big Holmesy.
Highlight of the season. It's getting up every morning watching the small and I've really enjoyed it.
Look at that. Look.
You look like a big cop. See one of the cops back in the 90s? Didn't he?
Aye.
Big boss, man.
Big boss man.
Big boss, man.
Aye. Got these at B&M yesterday.
Did you?
Too bright. It's too bright. It's too bright.
There's a Dudley, the guy for
You know,
Dudley
I'm
Brawls.
selling that. They're
Remember
out
the
on
Dudley
summer.
Brawls?
The Dudleys.
He's one of Dudley's, isn't he?
Eh.
Debo and
You're going in.
Bubba.
That's it.
Highlight of the season.
Highlight of the season.
What, on this? Or
Scotland, Spain. Innit?
It was good, aye.
Aye.
That was good. I liked the live show. Thought the live show was great.
Nice to be free. That was
Aye.
brilliant, man.
That was
Loved
good. That was good. Aye.
That was a great day, actually.
That could be mine. That was
liked the live
brilliant.
show.
Yeah.
That was when I was in the Space Opera. You came up with the idea and it ended up me on it, wasn't it? Remember?
I wasn't there. That's why it was good.
That's what I was
That's why
Get
it
them
was
on
good.
one last time. Just give us a wee.
Tell you what we could do. Get your shorts out if you can find them.
Oh, mate.
See last night, Andy, he had a pair
What
of
is
corduroy shorts on.
Did he?
Purple
They are
corduroy
short,
shorts.
Right, short.
Aye. I see a wee bit of helmet there. They're shot.
Boys.
So
Right,
bare.
Love you.
Still going.